recording? No, we start here. Yeah.
Hey, welcome into the Recipe Podcast. I am Chef Charles Carroll. What a great day, what a great show we have for you. This is a very, very different show today as we have a whole house full of people. And we're going to do two shows today, but we are live streaming. We're live streaming on Facebook and Instagram. We have an in-house comedian, as you all know, the Unplugged show. So you all need to go to the Recipe Unplugged and subscribe. Leave us a 5-star rating and enjoy the show. We have Erik Knowles here. We have a bunch of good friends in the audience. And, of course, did I say brother of Beyonce? Did I already say that? No. Okay, so he's just a kind of a fun fact there, brother of Beyonce. And we love having him on the show. So the Recipe Podcast Unplugged, download that. And then also Recipe Celebrity Secrets, download that. And let us know how we're doing. Facebook Live, Instagram, shout out. Give us some text messages. Let us know what we're doing. So without further ado, Mr. Erik Knowles. Give it up for Erik Knowles.
All right, thank you. This is weird, isn't it? All right. Have you guys ever been to a regular comedy show? You ever been to like a comedy club?
Yes.
Yeah? All right, so you'll be able to tell the difference. So this is cool. I'll just tell you a little about myself. My name is Erik. I'm a dad. I have 5 kids. Yeah, nobody ever says congratulations to that. You're right. That's too many kids. Thank you. Yeah, 5 kids. 3 of my kids are stepkids, you know. So that means I have 2 kids that I love, for sure. and 3 more kids. I'm just kidding. I love my stepkids. I do. It took a while, you know what I mean? It's tough being a stepdad, though. You guys have step-parents? You don't look like you're old enough to be raising stepkids, so... You have step-parents? Yeah. Multiple? Oh, you got to get one good one. That's the thing. Yeah. It's tough being a stepdad, though. Did you give your stepdad hell?
No.
I did.
Hell.
Oh, he gave you hell?
Yeah.
All right. Well, now we're on a sad note. This has gone the wrong way, man. Some stepdads are good. I'm trying to be a good one, you know, but it is tough. It's like people don't understand how it is for a stepdad. We have different challenges. You know, a normal dad can yell at his kids whenever he wants, and they shut up and they do what he's saying. You know, when stepdad yells, it's different. You know, it's like, hey, see, Mom, he's got anger management problems. He's crazy. Get rid of this guy. You know? I'm like, when can I yell? You can yell sometimes as a stepdad. For me, like being a stepdad is like being the backup singer for Cypress Hill. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm a hype man. You know, like I can yell. I just have to wait for her to yell, then I can yell behind her. That's totally fine. You know? Just no solo projects, man. You guys look young. I didn't know if you'd get the Cypress Hill reference. You guys know who that is? Yeah. Oh, yeah. The old folks in the corner, they know. Yeah. You know, you probably recognize it. That's what it sounds like at my house. It's like a big Cypress Hill concert all day. You know, I'm just trying to do my part and back her up. You know? It's like, take your food to the table. Then I jump in. Take it to the table. Yeah. That's me, you know. I'm Sin Dog in my house. Yeah. Feels good, man. It's tough raising kids who know I can't hit them. They just know that, you know. It's like that's my wife's rule. She says it in front of them. You can't hit the kids you didn't make. You know, I have no leverage. I'm like, how am I supposed to help you raise them then? You know, like I would never hit the kids really, but I would like them to think maybe I would at least. Yeah, they're not scared of me. They call me Erik. That's my name in my house, Erik. All shitty like that every time, with a hard K on the end. You know, put a little pizzazz on it, Erik. It's true. I start to resent my own name, the way they say it. You know? Where's Erik? I'm like, yeah, where's that little bitch, man? I'm tired of Erik. Punk-ass Erik. You're not my dad, Erik. I'm like, that's cool, man. I can't hit him, but I can pay a kid at their school to hit him, which is still, you know, it's hands off. You know, I didn't do nothing. He still learned the lesson. Everybody wins. We all act surprised when he gets off the bus. Oh, you got punched in the face again? That's crazy, man. I don't know. Maybe clean your room, like I said. Maybe this will stop. Who knows? Right? Just try what stepdad is saying. All right. I feel uncomfortable in this hat. I should I should address that. I'm trying to look a little bit younger, you know. Like I can pull off like, hey, maybe he's 35, you know, like, no, he's not. Never mind. Yeah, it's, I don't know what. So anyways, I'm a stepdad. It's tough raising kids today. You know, technology. Look at what we're doing today. This is like a testimony to technology. We're live streaming on 2 different platforms, recording a podcast. This is, man, how am I supposed to raise kids in this technological world where they have the internet? You know, instant information. Like, I can't shelter them. You know, think about it today. A curious kid can see titties for the first time just by making a wish. That's where we're at. He can just pull his phone out. Siri, what do titties look like? Hey, look at that. That's crazy, man. That stuff's supposed to be hard to see. And like, I'm not that old. I'm 41, but when I was a kid, I remember looking up a dirty word in the dictionary and hoped there was a drawing. Like, that was exciting, you know. Remember the first Playboy magazine I ever saw? It looked like it had been chewed by wolves, man. It was like this ancient document passed down from kid to kid. It was tore up, man. It's true. It was buried in the woods, wrapped in trash bags. Yeah, and it was like this treasure trove of porn out there. An older kid drew a map to it for me and my friend. It was like an adventure. It was like the Goonies, but with titties at the end. It was the best summer of my life. We're robbing our children of real-world experience by replacing it with a digital version, an instant version. That's why music sucks now, because technology ruined it. It made it too easy to make, too easy to produce, to get out there. Kids don't appreciate, they have no appreciation for music because it's free and it's instant, you know? When they can just download it out of thin air, Wi-Fi. When I was a kid, if I wanted all my favorite songs in one place, I had to make a mixtape. And sometimes it would take all summer to get my songs on that tape, right? Right, old corner? We couldn't download our songs at will. We had to be there with our finger on record when it randomly played on the radio, or we missed it, man. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I'm at the age where now I'm just bitching about the young people. That's fine. I feel like that's who I'm supposed to be. You know? I feel like I'm really coming into my own. Everything's falling into place. Like, I want to grow grass just to keep kids off it. I get it now, you know. I don't know. Music, man. I hate today's music. I don't like any of this stuff. You know, I'm not an authority. I'm not here to preach. You know, I'm just here to confess. Like, I don't know anything about it. I've been out of music for a while. I stopped asking what rap lyrics meant after Skeet Skeet, pretty much. You know, like, you know what I mean? It's not art anymore, man. I just don't like the music my kids listen to. I don't like it the way it makes them act. I have a 15-year-old stepson. He thinks he's gangster, you know, because he listens to that stuff. I'm open-minded. I try to let him, you know, but I question him about it. I'm like, dude, why are you listening to this? He says, because I'm gangster. Yeah, I'm like, no, you're not, Cameron. All right. Yeah, there's no gangster named Cameron. There never has been. That's not gonna. I'm like, what have you ever done that's gangster? He said he stole the music. I'm like, from who? He's like, what do you mean? He just bootlegged it. He said he bootlegged it, right? Put a gangster word on it, make it sound gangster. Yeah, we're bootlegging music, see? Yeah. It's just
Right
illegally downloading music. That's barely stealing. That's not even real stealing. I can't respect that. When I was a kid, we stole music, but we had to go to the store and steal music like a man. We show up and take chances with our future. Am I heckling myself? I hear my own voice.
Yiannopoulos is openly gay and is set to lead the event, which
Something's
reportedly
played.
aims to...
Oh, the Hill. Breaking news, straight pride parade is a failure. All right. Whatever. Nobody showed up. It was the least festive parade ever. They all walked in a straight line and didn't do anything. Just single file. Hi, we're straight. We're going back to work. Okay. Where were we? I don't know.
Next show, yeah.
Whatever. I was bitching about music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shouldn't talk shit. You know, it's not really you young people and your music. You know, I don't feel that way. It's not me versus you. My music sucks too. All the stuff I grew up listening to, I feel older and wiser. I look back at it now skeptically, and it's really none of it's very good. You know, I've got it narrowed down to Pearl Jam at this point, really. And I'm still skeptical. You know, I like Pearl Jam. I don't like everything about them, though. Like, I like Eddie Vedder. He's the lead singer. He's got this dynamic voice. I love his voice. But I don't like that I can never understand what he's talking about. You know what I mean? He should enunciate. He's got that great voice, you know? See, watch. This is my favorite Pearl Jam song. I don't know any of the words to it, but you'll recognize it. It's the one that's like, I'm a feeling, I'm a wasting and I'm waiting. You know that one? don't know what I said I'm gonna be, but I'm gonna be there again, right? Yeah, that's a good song, maybe. It's like I want to sing along, but I'm afraid for my soul. That might be a real satanic chant or something. You know? I don't want to go to hell on a technicality. Yeah, it's cool being a dad, though. I like it. You know, I'm stepping up to the challenge. That's my new thing. You know, it's a tough one, but I like it. I love kids, which is weird to say. You know, right? It just got awkward when yeah, the pedophiles have ruined it for us good folks, man. Like, seriously, I really love kids, but I have to be careful how I say that. You know, I get jealous of women. Nobody thinks anything wrong with, you know, I see you ladies just passing babies back and forth at the grocery store. It's complete strangers. Oh, is that your baby? Yeah, can I hold her? Sure, you know. I'm like, hey, can I hold your baby? They're like, I'm like, what the hell, man? I just want to do the same thing you do. I just want to squeeze him, and I just want to motorboat that baby one good time and hand him right back to you. It's nothing. Why did it get weird? You don't like my word choice of motorboat? That's what it is. That's all it is. It's not like the baby has titties. You guys are making it weird. It does get me in trouble, though. And I travel a lot being a comic. You know, it's tough. I miss my kids when I'm gone. I was in Denver a couple months ago at the end of a long run, missing my kids. You know, I was at Starbucks in the morning having a coffee, just minding my business, you know, just sitting there. In walks this guy with his kid, you know, about 6 years old, remind me of my 6-year-old. You know, so I'm watching them. They're having a good time playing this little hand game. I'm like, check it out. That's cool. I love to see a good dad over there, you know, just enjoying my coffee, doing that hand game. I'm like, hey, maybe I'll try that with Lincoln when I get home. That's cool. And then I realized, like, okay, I've been staring at this kid for quite a while, right? Sure enough, I look up, his dad's just all eye contact. You know? He just yells out across the whole place, what are you looking at? Like, now it's awkward, you know, everybody's looking at me. I'm like, hey, no, why are you looking at my kid? It's fine. I love little boys, man. It's totally, like, no, I mean, I have some at my house. They're not even all mine. All right, I'm going to get the hell out of here. All right, I'm just going to leave it. It's tough, man. It gets me in trouble. That's being a dad, though. That's just one of my battles. That's the battle I'm fighting now. I'm a veteran. I served in the Marine Corps from 1998 to 2003. Thank you. You don't have to do nothing. You don't have to. I know. You feel like you're supposed to, right? Yeah. I mean, it's nice of you to assume that I did a good job. I didn't do a great job. Surprise, surprise. It was tough for me. I got in a lot of trouble pretty much the whole time in the Marines. Yeah, the Marine Corps is no place for a comedian, it turns out. Yeah. Those guys are serious. I could be serious, just not all the time, you know? I've always been a joker. You know, I've always been a comedian. I just didn't know that's what I was for a long time. You know, but I always had a big smile on my face. They hated that in the Marines. Oh yeah, every day somebody'd ask me, you know, what's so funny, Knowles? All angry. What's so funny? I was like, all this shit, man. Everything's. Are you kidding me? What's so funny? How about the fact that you're making us wear these short shorts and these tight little shirts, and you're making us run through the wilderness singing songs about how tough we are? Nobody sees the irony there? That's textbook irony, man. I was like, I'll do it, but you gotta let me giggle. That shit's funny. Yeah. Is that my mom calling again? Yeah. Erik, I hate that joke. Don't stop doing it. You know, I did have a lot of fun in the Marines, though. I got in a lot of trouble. I got busted down. I lost rank 3 times in 5 years. Yeah. Yeah. I got out honorably, like barely. It was pretty close. They liked me. They just had to do their jobs. You know, they were like, that was hilarious, Knowles, but gonna write you up on that one for sure. Like, ha ha ha, but I was frowned upon quite a bit. You know. I'm proud of myself for doing it, though. I can't believe that I had it in me, and I can't believe that I made it through and served honorably without getting in too much trouble. A lot of it was really scary. It was not what I expected. I think the scariest day of my whole Marine Corps career was the first day of boot camp. It's when my whole world changed. I was from small town southeast Texas. You know, I flew to California for the first time. They put us on a bus, took us to the MCRD San Diego. As soon as we got off the bus, it just started happening. And I wasn't ready. They were like, get over here! And they put us in this line. Like, ah! It was just everybody's yelling and screaming. They shaved our head. They stripped us down naked. They left us that way for an inappropriate amount of time, I thought. It was like the whole first 6 or 7 hours. We were just naked, getting yelled at by these big dudes. Like, get in this line. Is this the line for clothes? Oh, my God. Like, it was so scary. I couldn't do anything right. They finally gave us new clothes, one piece at a time. You have to go down the line. It's like, here's a sock, too slow, back of the line. Oh, shit. We had to stamp our name on all these new clothes as they gave it to us, So they had this rubber ink stamp kit, so I had to stamp Knowles and on all these socks and shirts. And at the end of the day, they had us lined up finally for sleep after like 18 hours of getting yelled at and carrying around all this stuff. And they lined us up in front of the beds. And the guy comes in, he's like, all right, we're going to secure and hit the rack, so put on the following articles of clothing. We had to do everything by the numbers. He made us put on these little tighty-whitey briefs and a little green T-shirt and flip-flops. And he made us tuck the T-shirt into the underwear all the way around. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I was like, why are you making us be so cute, man? This is adorable, man. It really was. We looked like a bunch of kids at a sleepover, like, pretending Marines in our underoos. Like, we're in the Army. Yay. The whole thing was like this weird dream, man. I couldn't understand any of it. They made us stamp our name on the underwear right across the front, Yeah, which I thought was pretty rude, man. You know what I mean? We're trying to learn each other's names and shit. Like we just got there, I remember trying to make friends. Like, hey, nice to meet you. Oh, Garcia. Okay. Like, actually, it's Garcia Reyes. I'm like, well, it wrapped around, bro. I didn't learn your name later, I guess. Yeah. I was not ready for the Marine Corps. I got in trouble. I was the first one in trouble. The first morning, as soon as we woke up, I was the first recruit in trouble. I wasn't even awake good. I didn't know what was going on. He was all up in my face. He was mad because I was already at attention when we woke up. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the most friendly way to say it. It wasn't because of anything weird. It was just, it was a fast wake up. I didn't have time to do anything. It was a very abrupt. I was having a nice dream, And here he comes banging a trash can lid. Just get up and get out of bed. I just jumped up. Here we go, son of a bitch. All right. It's like, what? I'll just stick it out there, I guess. Yeah, it's funny now. It wasn't funny that day. Took the drill instructor all the way off of his plans for the day. Changed the whole plan of the day based on my boner. He did. He took him right out of his speech. He's like, today's day one of Marine Corps boot camp. Today we're going to be working on what the hell is this right here. Just called me out in front of everybody. He did. He just said it straight out. Why are you hard, Knowles? I was like, why are you guys not? It's morning. I'm 19. This is going to happen. That's true. I wish that was just a joke that I go around telling. That's a memory that I live with. When you're different in boot camp, they make an example out of you. They don't like anything different, so that's what he did to me. He made me stand at attention in the middle of the squad bay with my boner that said Knowles across the front, And he made everyone else do push-ups. And I'm just standing there, everybody's doing push-ups. He's marching around like, everybody's going to keep doing push-ups until Knowles' boner goes away. Like, yeah, that's a lot of pressure for a young man. Just trying to wish it away. I'm sorry. Grandma, baseball. Condoleezza Rice, that helps a little. It was 1998. Yeah. That was day one. Everybody was mad at me after that. They were all mad at me, because they had to do like 400 push-ups on the first day. Yeah. It did take a long time. I was kind of proud about that, really. I'm still here. Keep pushing, boys. Yeah. No, it was the drill instructor's fault, I thought. He kept making it worse. Everybody's doing push-ups. He keeps pointing it out. Like, you boys enjoying all these push-ups? Well, let's see how Knowles is doing over here. Oh, he's still turned on over here. Yeah, I was like, I'm not turned on, sir, but quit breathing on it, maybe. Back up, man. You spit when you talk. That's not helping either one of us, right? That was my first day in boot camp. That actually happened 3 mornings in a row. It got to where the other recruits would wake me up early. Knowles, go walk it off, man. Take care of that. Yeah, but I made it through boot camp, learned to keep my head down for a little while, and made it through. And then I was a helicopter mechanic after that, which was crazy. I couldn't believe that because, I'd never been mechanically inclined. I remember when they told me, Knowles, you're going to be a helicopter mechanic. I was like, hey, that's not a good idea, bro. Like, I don't even change my own oil, man. Helicopters? They were like, you'll be fine. Just do what you're told. So that's what I did, and it was very stressful. It was an important job. I was in San Diego at Miramar, with, the old Top Gun Air Base, working on CH-53 Super Stallions, these big Greyhound buses that can fly, basically. And, every day I was trying to remind myself, like, okay, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, what are we doing here? Every time one flew away, I was like, oh my God, it worked again. I can't believe this. It's too much stress. So I had some ups and downs throughout the years. Like I said, I got busted down 3 times. I also got promoted 3 more times, though, so it was kind of even, But I made it to the end of my enlistment to 2003. I had about a month left, so they sat me down and had a talk with me. My superiors, they're like, hey, Knowles, we're looking at your jacket here. You got a lot of paperwork over the years, meaning I'd been in a lot of trouble. So they were like, if you get in trouble one more time before you get out, you might not get out honorably. I was like, no problem. I got it. I'm on my best behavior. I got a plan. I'm getting out of here. They're like, all right, no problem. So then I left, and I was thinking, like, man, they didn't even mention re-enlistment to me. Like, they didn't even offer that. And then my buddies are like, Knowles, you going to re-enlist? I was like, nah, I don't think I want to. I don't even know if they would have let me. But my buddies are like, well, it looks like we might go to war. You should re-enlist. Looks like we might go to war with Iraq. 2003. I was like, yeah, you guys probably got it. It's fine, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. And then, but a couple days later, we did go to war. It popped off right around then. And they issued an order called stop loss for all of us, which I didn't know what that meant at the time, but it meant nobody was getting out. They stopped moving anybody, They let me know I was going to have to stay in at least another 6 months. So I was worried. I went back to them. I was like, gentlemen, I don't know if I can make it 6 more months without getting in any trouble. Come on, man. They were like, what's the problem, Knowles? Just keep your head down and stay busy. Just this time will fly by. 6 months, they'll lift this order and they'll process you out. Shouldn't be a big deal. I was like, you don't understand. I've been making all these plans and preparations. I'm supposed to be getting out in like 26 days. Like, I already ordered weed and everything. Like, it's going to pop off in a minute, The guys in my shop, they liked me. They wanted to take care of me, my sergeants, so they were like, we got to find some detail to send Knowles off to, keep him out of trouble, keep him busy, out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, so I was there. I knew they were looking for something. I told them, no chow hall duty, though, because I'd just gotten off of chow hall duty. I'd been busted down 3 times. I'd gotten in trouble 5 times, talked my way out of it 2 times. All 5 times I had to do chow duty. I went overseas, on a Navy ship, the USS Bonhomme Richard, for 7 months. Spent 3 months working in the damn chow hall. Like it was just kind of my pet peeve. Everybody has to do it. I'm not above it. I'll do my time. But I just went out. I just didn't want to do chow hall. Yeah. So they come back. They're like, Knowles, I found you something. I'm like, what is it? They're like, they're asking for volunteers to go over to Iraq. I was like, volunteers? He's like, yeah, it's a volunteer platoon. You should go. I was like, wait, volunteers to do what? He's like, I don't know. I was like, it better not be chow hall duty, man. It's like, no, they have a whole nother platoon leaving that's specifically for chow duty. You guys are a volunteer platoon. I don't know what that means. It just says that any other platoon can pull from that platoon if they need extra bodies. I was like, extra bodies? Can we change that nomenclature? Like, you're a terrible salesman, bro. I don't want to go on your little trip. But it made sense. It was a vague thing. I didn't know what it would be, but I knew it wasn't going to be chow duty. And I felt like, I had been a screw up for 5 years, and here was a chance at the end to be a real Marine and maybe go do something meaningful. So I volunteered and went to Iraq. We landed April 1st, 2003. I'll never forget that day. It's the most patriotic day I've ever felt. I remember we stepped off that helicopter in Iraq, and the sun was setting, and the dust was flying. It was just like a scene from a movie. I remember wearing that uniform and thinking, here I am to serve my country. This is awesome. I can't wait to see what they have us do. The guy comes out. He's like, all right, we're so glad you're here. All you guys are going to be working in our chow hall, so follow me right this way. Yeah, I was like, son of a bitch, man. I could have stayed in San Diego. Now I'm in Iraq. I'm going to work in the damn chow hall again. I was really butthurt, But they were quick. They were like, right this way, and they led us away to this big, it was like a big tent with an opening, and I was holding the flap open for everybody, and I just waited till the last person went in, and I just let it shut. And I'm just standing out there like, like, man, I don't want to go in there, man. Like, I've been through this 1,000 times. It's 120 degrees out here. I can hear them in there giving them all their new job titles. It sounds terrible. You're going to be in the hot house, and you're in the steam shack, and you're in the sweaty balls facility. I was like, fuck this, man. And I just stood out there for a long time, being defiant. Shouldn't have done it. I was supposed to be in there getting my new job, but I just stood there. I was like, fuck this. I'm just going to stand here and blend in, you know. And it worked pretty well. I stood there like 15, 20 minutes, people walking by. I'm like, hey, this camouflage works, you know. Like, finally, somebody called on, the gunnery sergeant, you know, the guy in charge. He's like, hey, Marine. I was like, hey, Gunny, what are you doing? I said, hey, I'm just standing right here in front of the chow hall. He's like, yeah, I can see that. Why? I said, this is what they got me doing. He's like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah. He does this little rockaway. He keeps coming back. He's like, wait a minute. What do you mean? What do they got you doing? You know, he comes over. I'm like, oh, shit, I'm in it now. You know? He says, what's your job title? I said, door greeter. He had a clipboard. He wrote down door greeter. He said, what's your duties? What all you responsible for here? I'm like, well, they want me here mostly for morale. You know, they said the Marines have been working hard. They deserve a nice warm welcome, make them feel good. You know, get the Marine Corps Chow Hall experience is what they told me. You know, so see, watch, here they come. Hey, welcome to the Chow Hall, devil dogs. Come on in and get you some. You know, he's like, all right, that's good. I'm like, I'm glad you like that. He says, what else? I'm like, yeah, there's more for sure. Also have to remind the Marines to point their weapons down. Some of them have their weapons. You know, they all have to take their hats off. You know, hey, welcome to the Chow Hall. Cover off, muzzle down, enjoy your food. He's like, all right, that's good. Are you counting everybody? I'm like, hell yeah. That guy was 123. Cover off, muzzle down, enjoy your food. Like, he's busy. He had stuff to do. He's like, good shit, Knowles. He just walked away, and I kept doing that, and that ended up being my job. That's what I was the door greeter in Iraq at the Chow Hall. I did a lot of different jobs. I did that job for 6 weeks. After 6 weeks, they brought a new Marine to me. Like, you know, hey, Knowles, we need you to train this guy on everything you've been doing. You know? I made sure he was up to speed, man. Yeah, it was still tough in Iraq. You know, it wasn't all fun and games. I was lucky I didn't see anything. I didn't feel lucky at the time. I felt like I was missing out, you know, but looking back, I guess I'm lucky. I was in Iraq for 6 months inside a combat zone, and I never saw one Iraqi person. I didn't get to see, it was just all Mexicans, you know, it's just all Marines, you know, mostly Mexican folks from Houston. I thought you guys would laugh at that. You look offended. I'm sorry. I was trying to be endearing toward you. Shit. Fucking build the wall. All right. Just kidding. No, but it was a crazy experience. You know, it wasn't what I expected. You know, it was like MASH for me. Really, it was a lot like that. We were living in green GP tents, you know, sleeping on cots, you know, and we would just do our job during the day. And the war was there; it was in the distance. Sometimes we could see it and hear it in the distance, but for the most part, it was just comedy all day. You know, we were just hitting each other in the balls, having a good time. You know, just like, hey, check out the war! Stop it! Quit! I'm trying to check out the war, man. You know? That's something too. That's a game we're always playing in the Marines. A game called Ball Tap. Yeah, you didn't see that on the commercial, but it's in there. Nobody warns you about it. The recruiters don't talk about it. They just let you go in there not knowing what's going on. It's like this game. You have to learn the rules as you go. It's for real. Like rule number 1, you got to use this side of your hand because that's gay or something. You know, yeah, somebody hits you like that. That's not ball tap. That's third base, dude. Sit out. That's a penalty. It's true. Rule number 2, it's like situational awareness. You can't get mad. You know. Should have been standing like the rest of us. You know? Another rule is, this is just a weird one, but black dudes don't want to play that game. Usually, yeah, not interested. You know, learn that one the hard way. I wish that fool would try that on me. Oh, he feels left out. I'll go get him. Hey, oh, right in the face. Okay. All right. Guess that's an us thing. I didn't realize that. Yeah. It was still tough in Iraq, though. Wasn't all fun and games. Like I said, it was 120, 128 degrees, I think, on the hottest day. There were sandstorms, and it took a long time for anybody to know what was going on. It was 43 days before we had showers built for us. We didn't have any running water for a month and a half out in the Iraqi desert. We were nasty. We were salty as hell, for sure. Like, you could scrape the salt off us. So opening day of showers was a big deal. It was the biggest day of the war for me. It was the highlight of the whole trip, man. There was like 500 Marines in line that day. There was a sandstorm that day. We didn't even care, really. Didn't even bother us. We were like a bunch of sugar cookies waiting to rinse off one good time. Like, I'm going to get mine. Man. I waited in that line for like 2 hours. I got to the front and they changed the rules. guy in charge of the marine in charge of the showers comes out. You know, he's like, all right, we got to save time and conserve water. So from here on out, it's going to be 2 Marines per shower head. Yeah, he just said that with a straight face and just left. Good to go. You know, we're all standing there like, come on, man. Like 2 Marines per shower head. That's, man, we joined the Marines, not the Navy. This is bullshit. You know, we knew what we were getting into. Most of us, we'd been in a locker room before. You know, we knew when we were joining the Marines, there'd probably be a certain amount of, you know, accidental wiener seeing that has to happen. You know? But now 2 Marines per shower head, that's awkward. You know, everybody's doing this awkward, like, trying to choose a buddy. You know? Hey, it's awkward as hell, you know? And I'm competitive, too, you know? I don't want to be the little guy once we get in there. So I know I got to look at a few, probably. Nobody likes a pecker checker, you know what I mean? Like, if you're going to be a wiener screener, you got to be sneaky about it. So I was trying to be sneaky, just like sitting on the bench looking at my boots, like, okay, who am I going to shower with? All right, maybe this guy. Nope, not that son of a bitch. Good Lord. Good for you, Johnson. That's fine. All right, maybe this guy. Nope, 2 in a row, starting to hurt my feelings. Who am I going to shower with? I see Blackfeet walk by. I'm like, oh, forget it. I'm not even going to. It's fine. It worked out. It was fine. I took a nice long shower with my buddy Chang. It was good shit. So life works out is the moral of that story. So see, now we're having fun, right? Now we're having fun. Who'd you guys vote for? Just kidding. Don't say anything. Let's ruin it, right? Yeah, man. Tough to talk politics these days. Remember when comedians used to do it? It used to be okay. I know. Look how freaking awkward it is in here just because I brought it up. I miss it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to make you mad. You know, I don't know who you like and who you don't. You know. I miss the days of George W. Bush. Yeah. Anybody else? Just me and old chef over here.
Just
yeah.
me and you, I guess.
Yeah, I do. I think he was one of the greatest comedians of our time, and it's like we can't see him do shows anymore, man. I missed him. He had 8 years in the White House. It was like he had his own sitcom. You know? It was like every week he was up to shenanigans. You know, he'd fall off a bike and scrape his face, or choked on a pretzel. Remember he went to China and couldn't do the door. Like, I don't know what to do. It was so cute, man. Yeah, it was my favorite show. I think my favorite episode of Bush was the one where he went to Iraq and the guy threw his shoes at him.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah, no matter which side of the political aisle you're on, that was quality television entertainment. Well, Bush was a good sport. He didn't get mad. He was
shoes, right?
It was both shoes, yeah. He was laughing and smiling both times, you know. Remember, he's like, over here, let's open it up to some questions over here. What do we got? Hey, that's 2 shoes. You ain't got no more shoes, whatever he said, you know. Outstanding performance by O.W. Man. Got out of the way. They showed it in slow motion. It looked like a redneck version of The Matrix. Like, the dude was trying to kill him with those shoes, too. That guy recently got out of jail. The Iraqi guy that threw the shoes. Yeah, I think he did 10 years for that. Yeah, he's like a national hero over there, though. He is, yeah. The shoes that he threw were made in Iraq, and like an Iraqi brand shoe, and they like basically sponsored him. Like, yeah, he has his own shoe. Yeah, Democrats are ordering him online. You know? I got to get me a pair of these Bush Busters. You know? It's true, man. The guy was onto something, throwing shoes at people. I like how he did that. You know, he caught him off guard, threw a shoe right at his face. You know, we should do that to all the politicians. You know? I don't mean hit them, just scare them every now and then. You know what I mean? Get to see a glimpse of their character. You almost hit somebody in the face. For a second, you get to see exactly who they are. That's the most honest moment we could ask for from our politicians. Throw something at their face. It's true. That's what we got to see with W. That's exactly who he was. He stayed true to that for the rest of his life. He was just a happy redneck, just happy to be there. He didn't know what was going on. You know, he was like, what the hell? My daddy got me this job. He just didn't know what the hell's going on. And that's who he was, and we didn't expect anything else from him after that. We were okay with it, you know. Like, oh, he's ruining the country, and he'd make that face, you know. And we'd be like, oh, he's trying, all right. Yeah. Did you see him at Trump's inauguration in the rain, all wrapped up in that poncho? He was like, I don't know what to do. Just Cute as hell, man. We should throw shoes at all of them. We should have kept it going right then. Obama came and went, and nobody threw a shoe. You know, that's why we feel so weird about it, right? We all feel a certain way. Look how awkward it got just bringing up Obama. That's crazy. That's like a phenomenon. We as America will just turn our backs on. It's like Vanilla Ice, you know? Okay, for you young people, Vanilla Ice is this guy who he sold 17 million copies of Ice Ice Baby, and today no one will admit to buying one. That's what we're doing to Obama. The same thing. Everybody was all excited, and now we feel kind of weird about it, you know? And it's because we didn't get what we didn't know what we were going to get. We should have threw a shoe at him. When he first showed up, you know, when he still had all his black hair, when he was still handsome, still giving great speeches. He was a great speaker, you know, very eloquent, always well-dressed, looking sharp. Imagine Obama giving one of those great early speeches. What if somebody threw something at him and he just lost his shit for a second? Would have been awesome. Right? Imagine Obama, right? He's up there. He's like, change will not come with one person. It's going to take all of us working together to bring change home. And, Michelle! Michelle, ignore stuff! Right now, we got ourselves a president. It's a real guy. We know what we're getting. You guys were really nervous at the beginning of that joke. That's what I love about it the most. I'm wondering what the old man next door is thinking right now. He's calling the cops right now. There's an angry black man over there. Cops will be here quick. Racism is funny. All right. I guess we should wrap it up pretty quick, huh? We're getting there. I don't know. That Obama bit would have been a good place to stop. That's my problem. I never know when to quit. That's what my wife says, anyway. Yeah, she loves me. That's how I make love to her. The same style. You know, I do pretty good for a while. I do my big closer, and then I just keep trying. She's like, you're not even doing anything anymore. I'm like, I'm just happy to be up here. She's having a good time, man. Yeah, you know. She's a great lady. We got in an argument today. Yeah, making it awkward now. Yeah, she's right there, and I'm going to talk about it on a live podcast. Yeah. So here's what this bitch said. No, I'm kidding. No, I know she wouldn't mind. Yeah, it might be my fault, too. I don't even know what it is, but, you know, you guys are in relationships. Maybe you've been there. You ever get into an argument with the person you love about whether or not you were mad to begin with? Oh, yeah. Yeah, people know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I never see it coming. You know, it's always, I'll use not the same scenario so I don't get in trouble. I'll fictionalize it. You know, say we're going to watch our TV show. You know, it's like, hey, well, let's watch our TV show. Okay, turn on the TV. All right, I don't have the remote. You have it. I don't have the remote. You have it. I think you're sitting on it. I would know if I was sitting on it. Okay, let's look for the remote. Okay, I found it. I was sitting on it. Okay. What the? Okay. Why are you saying okay? I'm like, I don't know, just because it is okay. We didn't have the remote. You don't need to get mad. Well, I'm not getting mad. I just didn't have the remote. Your ears are turning red and your nostrils are flaring. I'm like, I'm not getting. I'm so fucking happy with you, baby. I'm just in a normal mood. You're always mad. I'll be in the garage. What the hell? You know. Just me? No, it's not. Yeah. That's what I do. I go to the garage and I just pace around like a crazy person. You know, just relive the argument, word for word, try to figure out where I lost it. You ever do that? You ever just get somewhere quiet and just be like, you always have that epiphany, like, oh, I should have said that right there, right? It's too late. I do that all the time, you know, just pacing around. That's what homeless people are doing, I think. You know what I mean? We might be judging folks wrong. Think about the craziest guy you've ever seen. You know, we've all seen the guy downtown Houston walking down the street just going off. You know that guy? Yeah, maybe he's not crazy. Maybe he just doesn't have a garage to go to. They could just be a normal guy. Yeah. All right, I should wrap this up. So let's plug something. I have a new. I'm a part of a group called the Veterans of Comedy. We formed a group. We're all military veterans turned comedians, and so we like to combine our resources and our talents to bring awareness for veterans issues and veteran organizations, and we like to go entertain the troops. And we've been all over the world entertaining the troops. We've been to the Middle East and all over almost all the bases. And we just got our own streaming channel. You can download it on all the streaming devices like Roku and Fire Stick and iTV or Apple, whatever it is. And it's called the Veterans of Comedy channel. So go check that out. Yeah. And I'll be selling T-shirts after the show. No, I'm kidding. That's my normal shtick. All the proceeds go to veterans, or one veteran at least. No, it's not tax deductible. What are you talking about? So yeah, that would have been another good spot to quit. All right. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thanks. How cool is he? Right? Is he a cool guy? Give him a round of applause. So we all that are watching, hope you enjoyed that. Erik Knowles is on our Recipe podcast, Celebrity Secrets to a Successful Life. So go to the Unplugged, Recipe Unplugged, and download the show today. Okay, so download all of our podcasts, and wherever you listen to your podcast, download the Recipe podcast. Also, the other show is the Recipe Celebrity Secrets to a Successful Life. So thank you all for being here, and super cool, and we'll see you next time.